Hi, I'm Mario Mancini, former WWE wrestler, and first inductee into the 2014 New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. When I want my wrestling news, I watch the Squared Circle.
That's right. Mario Mancini watches the Squared Circle, as you should watch it as well. Thank you for joining us once again on the award-winning Squared Circle. I'm John Zimmerman. I'm here with Jacob Zimmerman, and of course, the thunderous one, Tom Dacey.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
And great promo by Mario Mancini.
Oh,
and as I like to say, accept no imitations.
That's correct.
So how are you gentlemen this evening?
I'm doing wonderful. Tom's fresh off the Cable Advisory Board meeting. Tom Dacey wears many, many hats, although he doesn't have one on at the moment.
No.
We're gearing up for our Thanksgiving holiday, and also Happy Hanukkah to those of you watching that celebrate along with me and Jacob and Dylan.
Happy Hanukkah to you.
Thank you very much. It happens to fall this year on the same day as Thanksgiving, so it's a double celebration.
Is that the earliest it's ever been?
Or? To my recollection, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Wednesday starts, so 27th.
Yes. So it's a little early this year because the Hebrew calendar is shorter than the Julian calendar, so that's why it's a floating day on the American calendar.
Because I noticed it when I looked at the calendar yesterday, and that was my first thought was it's early this year.
Yes, it is. But we move forward. As I said, Happy Hanukkah to everyone, and I hope everyone is safe for Thanksgiving in your travels. Traveling through New Haven today was a little difficult.
A little sketchy.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the news, there was a reported gunman in New Haven.
I don't know if they ever caught anybody. Last I know, when I left my house at 4:45, they still haven't found the suspect yet.
No, so maybe if you're still on lockdown, you're watching us. We appreciate any viewers we can get. Last night, pay-per-view, WWE Survivor Series.
I thought it was an overall good pay-per-view. As I predicted, though, there was a bit of McManigans during the Orton match. And, of course, Randy Orton was victorious.
Yes.
But overall, I thought it was a good pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yes. Better than WrestleMania.
Better than WrestleMania?
Pretty much.
Wow. John Cena. I'm sorry.
Would you agree, Tom?
I think so.
Yeah, John Cena came out victorious again. His match was cut short due to his lingering injury. He came back too soon.
I've been saying that right along, and I still think he's gonna injure it even worse.
Yeah, and then he'll be out a very long time after that.
Especially since, you know, the lead up to this last night with all the feuds with Del Rio and putting the arm in the chair and
stopping on the chair, walking in the cross arm breaker.
I mean, obviously we want to be entertained, but we don't want to see John Cena injure himself for the long term, or anybody, you know, on the roster for that matter.
No.
And it's a shame that you know, WWE feels that they need John Cena in that role. You know, I think he really deserves a break. Maybe after the new year, hopefully, they can give him a little time off.
And of course, the team of Daniel Bryan and CM Punk were victorious last night.
Mm-hmm.
How long do you see that lasting as a team?
Well, the report is they're going to run through WrestleMania, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. What do you think?
See. Well, Roman Reigns, 1/3 of Shield is getting a push now.
Yes.
Due to the traditional 5-on-5 match, I believe it went down to 4-2. It was Rollins and Reigns against the Usos, Goldust, and Mysterio.
Yep.
Right.
And Reigns speared all of them and took them all out.
Yeah, I thought that was for number one, for an opening match, it was great, and it was probably the best match of the whole pay-per-view last night. They really opened up with a bang.
I'm surprised they're giving Reigns such a push.
Yeah.
And, of course, on the pre-show, you had Kofi Kingston versus The Miz.
Yep.
And The Miz is going to have his TV movie on the 26th, I believe.
Bounty.
Christmas
So
Bounty.
tomorrow, Tuesday.
Tomorrow night. That's correct.
And where is that going to air? Is that on USA?
ABC Family.
ABC Family.
8
o'clock,
Family.
I believe. 8 or
So
9
check your
o'clock.
local listings.
Yes.
Mike Mazzani, The Miz, Christmas Bounty. I read a preview of it in one of the tabloids, and they seem to give it a good review. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think I'll tune in tomorrow night just to catch it myself.
Yeah, well, The Miz has been on TV prior to the WWE. Obviously, he came from MTV's Real World, and he's done some spots here and there. And he was in one of the Marine 3, and also The Campaign. So I mean, the guy's trying to ply his trade. I don't think he'll ever be as big as The Rock, but he's working on it, right?
Probably still better than The Rock.
I don't think he'll make as much money at the box office as The Rock.
I have a question for both of you.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on Big E Langston defeating Curtis Axel?
A man of his strength and power, you usually won't see a belt around him like Ryback, Henry. You don't often see Khali. He had a couple early in his career. So people like him don't usually get championships. So I'm glad they gave this rookie a championship.
I think he'll grow into the character. Hopefully, they give him a little more acting chops and let him speak a little more and get more comfortable, in front of the camera. His in-ring is pretty good, and that obviously will grow the more matches he gets. But I really think his promos and just his general speaking voice needs to a little boost.
He should become a Paul Heyman.
Well, as you
guy.
know, I've said before publicly on this show that I always felt they gave Axel the push way too early.
Yeah.
Well,
I agree with that.
that was because Fandango got injured in what was supposed to be that triple threat match that Axel got in. So it wasn't entirely McMahon's plan.
Right. But also they gave him the push because of his pedigree,
Yeah,
where he comes from.
that's what my feeling was.
Yeah.
Because of where he came from.
And Mr. Perfect is still, one of the most beloved characters in WWE
Hey, to
history.
quote Mario last week, what do you say? You're either a freak.
Yes.
Bloodborne,
Related
Creed.
to somebody or the Brooklyn Brawler. And, obviously Curtis Axel is related to somebody.
Two.
Yep.
This past Tuesday, 50 Years of WWE DVD just came out. I think it's fantastic. I recommend highly that you either rent it, buy it, watch it on Netflix. Get your eyes on it somehow. It's a great program, very candid. The only thing that they left out was Benoit. They didn't talk about Benoit at all. But they did talk about Owen Hart's tragedy and everything else that's going on throughout the 50 years of, of course, Bruno Sammartino. You don't have WWE without Bruno Sammartino.
Is that a 2-disc set or is
Yeah, it's a 2-disc set. The first disc is the documentary, and the second disc is matches. All the classic matches, and it's a great set. I really enjoyed it. I think it's good, especially for guys like him that haven't been around this long as you and I, Tom, to see that history in person.
I can't believe last night was the 27th edition of Survivor Series.
I know.
I can remember the first one.
Yeah, it's been quite a ride.
But of course, my favorite highlight of the week has to be the demise of Aces and Eights.
Yeah, I think the demise of Aces and Eights will preclude the demise of TNA.
I think I cheered so loud I almost fell out of my bed the other night.
There you go. Yeah. Finally, we may see that come to an end.
I was talking to our colleague, Hollywood Jay, the other day, and he seems to believe that we haven't seen the end of them. He thinks that they'll be back in some other faction.
Oy.
God, I hope not.
Yeah, enough with TNA altogether. I really hope the sale goes through and whoever takes it over just cleans the slate and starts fresh. You know, maybe clean house some of the older.
And maybe give Dixie some acting lessons?
No, well, she'd be out of the company altogether.
Well, Jeff Jarrett found it. Doesn't he still own it?
No.
Well,
no.
he should buy it again.
Yeah, well, Jeff and Jerry Jarrett should definitely get more involved again. Because that's when TNA was great.
Yeah.
In the early days before the Carters purchased TNA from them.
Dixie and EC3.
Yeah.
Carter, the world need us. And also, Bobby Roode and what was the other match for the tournament? Because I know Hardy, Roode.
You know my feeling on TNA.
Right.
I watch it so I can fall asleep.
There you go.
But that was the highlight for me the other night on the disbandment of Aces and Eights.
Yes. What else you got going on?
Oh, and Aries versus Angle. That's it.
Yeah.
Angle was the fourth competitor.
Oh, in the tournament?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You said Anderson won.
That was classic. Of course, I can't reveal Taz's line after what happened to Bully Ray.
Yeah, Taz was a little...
Another classic line by
yeah.
Taz.
He's a little risque, shall we say. A little double entendre.
But I did like the fact that, you know, both Taz tossed in the hammer, and Anderson caught it, and got Bully Ray.
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
right in the perfect spot.
We got a call early on tonight. Let's go to the caller. Caller, welcome to the Squared Circle.
The Pac-Man is back.
Yes.
Let's hear it for Manny Pacquiao with his utter destruction of probably one of the hardest hitters in the welterweight division. What was his name again? Rios. Brandon Rios.
Yeah, well, that was a decision, though.
Yeah, it was a unanimous decision, but Pacquiao, from all accounts I read, and I didn't see it. I was going to buy it. It'll be on HBO this weekend, and I saw a little bit of it on YouTube. There's already some highlights posted.
Yeah.
But Manny Pacquiao won every round.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, unlike the Jets.
Never mind. Oh, by the way, congratulate your co-host on his team snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yes, yes.
Carolina Panthers.
I feel your pain, Ed.
Yes, I saw the post on Facebook. So.
No way we should have lost that game yesterday.
Well, you'll probably win next week when you play. Joe Namath.
Oh yeah, who do we play next weekend?
Squish the fish.
Squish the fish.
But I just wanted to call. I love the opening with Mancini, and I thought that was an awesome show.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
As I say, Mario Mancini, I could listen to him talk for hours.
Oh, and we do. Before the show, after the show, he's fantastic. He's a great guy to be around.
Yeah.
And always a pleasure.
He has passion for his work, and just to hear him talk, he's a great narrator.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, we love to have him on, and we appreciate him very, very much.
I want to ask, I found this on Facebook. What's this knockout thing that's going around where kids knock out unsuspecting victims on the street or something?
Yeah, I mean, can we get more like sick in this society? And just as a prank, kids are going out and trying to knock out people with just one punch.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I saw again on YouTube. I saw a couple of clips of some poor guy walking down the street, and all of a sudden he gets clobbered, and it seems to happen on city streets or something.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, they're underage kids, so I mean, if the person that gets punched turns around and attacks these kids back, unfortunately, the adult is the one that's going to face the wrath of justice.
Yeah, yeah.
Or injustice.
Although I must admit, I have encouraged that Maureen go out and do more walking in the city for the fresh air.
Oh my goodness.
You're bad, Ed.
Well, enjoy yourself.
Well, I hope you didn't send her downtown New Haven today.
No. I heard about what happened today.
Any update? Do you know, Ed?
What's that?
Any updates at all?
I haven't seen anything. Of course, my first concern was, is this going to run into Judge Judy with all these news breaking in?
I know Hollywood Jay didn't get to watch General Hospital because TNH was covering it.
Oh, where is the Hollywood man tonight?
Hollywood's on assignment, and hopefully he'll be back next week.
Oh, okay.
We're going to have a great show next week. It's a big birthday bonanza.
Somebody's birthday next week on the
in
panel.
The house. Start sending your cards, letters, gifts, donations right here.
Little checks. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got a very hungry mouth to feed.
Ed.
All right, gentlemen, I'll let you go. Good show tonight.
Ed, before you go,
the young
Ed.
man looks good. The young man looks good front and center there.
Excellent.
Don't hang up, Ed, before you go.
Yes, my son.
As you usually say, a shameless plug.
Yes.
Yes.
We want to remind everybody that Ed McCarver and myself will be welcoming Santa Claus to the NHTV studios next Wednesday, December 4th, for our annual Toys for Tots show.
Yep, and I don't know, you have more power than I could ever dream of having, Tom, how you managed to snag the big man for a December 4th visit down to the studio down there on Washington Street. But, yep, I'm looking forward to it. I may have a few requests for Santa myself.
Well, we want to urge everybody to donate to Toys for Tots and help support our cause.
Yep. It's a good cause, and I know the Marine Corps Toys for Tots is a big supporter of the event, and they're just tremendous in their own right. But yeah, that's next week, right here on the NHTV cable network.
Right here, only here, exclusive. Ed, thank you very much.
All right, have a good night, gentlemen.
Hey, have a wonderful holiday.
Yeah, bye-bye. You
Bye-bye.
too. Bye-bye.
Ed McCarver, of course. Yes,
As
sir.
he said about this new knockout game,
Yes.
I heard that someone died because of that.
Oh.
The old lady turned around and shot the kid.
That's horrible. Horrible. Hopefully, Big Show doesn't take any wrath of it, because that's his gimmick.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
stealing his gimmick. Running on the street.
I was just thinking that. I was wondering if, some young kids picked it up from...
I hope
trying
not.
to
I hope they
imitate.
don't try to pawn it off on
They always
WWE.
say, don't try this at home.
Right.
You know.
Well, they're not at home. They're on the street.
But,
No, it isn't funny. We shouldn't make fun, but it's really sad that children are unsupervised and not brought up in the proper fashion. It's parental guidance that's going out the window, and these kids really need a role model, and they need somebody to look up to, and they need something to do. Our community centers are closing up. The funding is gone, and yet that's why these kids are on the street.
absolutely.
If they had an activity to do, a recreation center to go to, and play some sports, learn how to wrestle, and do legitimate fighting, boxing. We've talked about Ultimate MMA on our show here. We've had Andrew Calandrelli on. Get out and get your aggressions out professionally in the ring, in the boxing ring, in the MMA ring, in the wrestling ring.
Of
Yeah,
course.
Basketball and
The octagon.
obviously the ring.
Of course, we've also talked about CrossFit.
Yes, in CrossFit as well. We're going to have that footage up really soon. But it's a sad state of affairs that these kids are on the street and running around and just doing something just absolutely irresponsible and just hurting innocent people for no reason whatsoever.
Parents need to get more involved.
Amen. And that's why you see me with my fellas all the time.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Right. You're not out on the street smacking people around.
Nope.
You're in the PWA smacking people around. Speaking of which, we've got some great stills to show you. We'll get right into the PWA. This is the card Wrestling Past, Present, and Future, Saturday, December 7th at the Boys and Girls Club on Laurel Street in Bristol, Connecticut. And as you can see, the card is jam-packed. You want to run by some of the people you know there?
Well, first is John Cena, the return to PWA. Then we have the debut of the Normals, featuring Bristol's own Grappling Gray, Wrecking Ball Legursky, and Ox Baker.
The living legend, Ox Baker, right.
And what about the matches?
Oh, we've got matches. We've got the cards as well. John Cena Sr. making his long return to the PWA at Bristol on December 7th. You get a chance to meet and greet the father of the current WWE superstar, John Cena. John Cena also runs his own promotion in the Massachusetts area. And we've met him a couple of times in the past, and he's just a wonderful fella. And we'll talk about wrestling knowledge and you know, just an overall mind for the business. He's just a great guy.
Heart Attack Tommy Mack versus Lucifer Lords, the rematch. Once again, Heart Attack Tommy Mack puts the PWA International title on the line, and Lucifer Lords defeating Joseph Von Schmidt in a hair versus hair match at the last Connecticut PWA show, Pick Your Poison.
Right.
I'm going to go with Lucifer on that one.
Yeah, you know, Lucifer Lords has been in the title contention for quite a while now. And obviously he's a friend of the show, a fan of our show. And we love to have him on all the time. And he's just a busy, busy fellow. He went on tour with Joseph Von Schmidt and Quint Johnson, Buzz Bloodsaw. And recently fought Heart Attack Tommy Mack in Tommy Mack's hometown.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire, that's correct. And Tommy Mack was victorious, retaining the title.
How's he recovering from his injury?
I believe he's back to 100%. You know, he's wrestling 100% anyway. I don't know if he's, you know, struggling through it, but we'll have to get an update on his injury. But yeah, Lucifer Lords, I hope he gets the title. You know, no offense to Tommy Mack, but Lucifer's been in the chase for quite a while now, and we wish him all the luck in the world.
Joseph Von Schmidt versus Unholy Gregory James.
Yes, yes. Joseph Von Schmidt, recently, if you go on YouTube, you look up Joseph Von Schmidt, he body slammed over 500 pounds. I can't remember the opponent's name. I'm sorry?
Dr. Ruthless.
Dr. Ruthless. 500-pound body slam. Joseph Von Schmidt is amazing. And he's actually, he's billed at 500 pounds, but he weighs more than that. And it's quite the video to see. Go on Joseph Von Schmidt on YouTube, and you'll find it. Unholy Gregory James, we're not really familiar with him. We haven't seen him at PWA in the past, so hopefully he'll put on quite a match for Joseph Von Schmidt. But I will pick...
Looks like a young version of Punk.
Yeah, I was going to say
Yes.
that. But I will pick Joseph Von Schmidt, your mentor, your trainer, your
Von
leader,
Schmidt.
Von Schmidt Nation,
Von Schmidt.
PWA.
Tina San Antonio versus Ashley America, PWA's Women's Champion qualifier. Now, is this the Intergender Championship?
No, this is the brand new Women's Championship belt that they're going to crown after the qualifying matches. It's a tournament-style fashion. So December 7th, and then more than likely at the next PWA event, they'll have another qualifying match leading up to the
Final
title match. Yes. Tina San Antonio, my personal favorite on the PWA roster. Most people prefer Candy Cartwright. I love Tina. Tina is just a great character, beautiful lady, and I just love her to death. Ashley America will give her a good fight, but my pick, got to go with my favorite, Tina San Antonio. What do you guys think?
I'll agree with that.
Me too.
And of course, the PWA Youth Program, if you go to the Pro Wrestling Academy CT.com, as you see on the screen here, PWA, don't just dream it, you can live it. Get down there, work out in the ring, learn from the best, be the best, and you will see these fellas, right, led by Joseph Von Schmidt, having an exhibition match in the ring. And I shouldn't say fellas, but there's a young lady in there as well. If you notice, you can see Jacob right next to Joseph Von Schmidt there. And you can see one of the announcers from the ringman, the bellman from RWE, timekeeper, excuse me, from RWE is right next to Jacob. And you've got the Maruka twins that were on our show a few weeks back, and Kyle and Luke, and you can see Missile also known as Emmy, in the middle there, and I don't remember this other gentleman's name. But you will see them in action December 7th at PWA.
I'm looking
Past,
forward to
present,
that.
and of course, they are the future.
I'm looking forward to that.
We're really excited for Jacob to be in the ring, making his professional debut.
Professional.
What's your take? You gonna go over?
I'm gonna be awesome as usual.
Yeah.
Don't you know anything by now?
Right. If you go on to our Facebook page, our Facebook group, The Squared Circle, you can see photos of Jacob going over on Mario Mancini himself. So you got over on a WWF superstar, and now you're going to make your in-ring debut on December 7th, Bristol, Connecticut. You got to head out, see Joseph von Schmidt in action, see Lucifer Lords in action, see this little guy in action.
I understand your son went to see Kelly the other day.
Tell us about that.
She's not blonde anymore, I can tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, was she a nice lady?
Of course.
Yeah. Well, her father is Jewish, so that makes her technically half Jewish. But so we wish her happy Hanukkah as well. And I know you wished her happy Hanukkah when you met her.
Yeah.
At least your brother did. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. Was she a sweetheart?
Of course.
Yeah. Is she prettier than Ma?
Maybe.
No. No. But that's all you got to say about Kelly? You meet Kelly and
Pretty
you
much.
got nothing to say? You're tongue-tied?
Pretty much.
Yeah, but Kelly was in Connecticut, and the boys went to see her and got her autograph. And it's always fun to have former WWF stars in the area, WWE stars, I should say, in the area. And tomorrow night, talking about WWE in the area, tomorrow night, Mohegan Sun Arena.
Mohegan Sun.
That's right.
For SmackDown.
SmackDown taping. We'll see the aftermath of tonight's Raw and the pay-per-view.
Prediction on the opening of Raw tonight.
Yes.
Do you think it's going to open with the Big Show?
I say the Wyatts.
I don't know. That's a good question. I might agree with you with the Wyatts.
You think so? The Wyatts will be out first?
But also, speaking of McManigans, Linda McMahon was in Bridgeport today handing out turkeys.
Yes, you were saying that before the show.
Yeah, if you friends with her on Facebook, she's got her pictures up, and she's not campaigning. She's just doing it out of the goodness of her heart. She's a very involved person in the community, in Connecticut, and she's giving back.
You know, like we said before on this show, people can say all they want about the McMahons, but they do a lot for charity.
Oh, without a doubt. And, for the longest time, the superstars were doing things for charity without even publicizing it. And, until recently, they never publicized their charitable efforts, but then, they decided, hey, we're going to show what we're doing, so maybe it'll inspire other people, to do it.
Survivor Series, they were showing a clip of some of the divas at the Boston Food Drive.
Yeah, for the Boston Food Bank.
Yep. Yep.
My only issue with the pay-per-views now is why do they have to have commercials?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just a time killer for the most part.
And I just realized something. They didn't sing God Bless America or anything like that, national anthem.
They don't do that live. They only do that live at WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah, they may have done it before they went on air.
Well,
they might have done it just for the live audience.
We were a live audience. We were watching it live.
For the people at the arena, excuse me. Silly boy.
Hey, we were watching it live. We were a live audience.
No. Vince McMahon runs at a 2.5 minute delay, so technically.
Right. And, hey, WWE stock. Rising again.
Rising again.
Rising again. Ka-ching.
You act like you're surprised.
No, well, yeah. I mean, it did hit quite a low there for a little while, and now we're up nearly to $15. That's great. When it initially went on the market, as you see in the 50 years of WWE DVD, it opened the market at $17 a share. So they're nearly back to what they opened with. And I believe the record high for that stock was $19, almost $20. It was a little 19 change.
Wow.
So, I think it's due to the video game.
Pretty much.
I really do.
I think so. And did you see Total Divas this week?
I
Not
haven't
yet.
seen it yet. I have it on the DVR. I haven't watched it yet. Any surprises without spoiling
seems like
it?
a little feud between Natalia and Eva Marie.
Oh, really? Yeah, I think Eva Marie is really short for this company. From all the reports I've read, she's not very popular with the back, and she keeps screwing up.
That's all I'm gonna say. Is I think there's a feud developing there.
Speaking of the game, Friday, there was a riot in Times Square over the Xbox.
Yeah, the Xbox was released on Friday, and GameStop, rather than sell it at each one of their outlets, they decided to use the Best Buy Theater to have people line up and collect their Xboxes. And with that amount of people in one area, there was fights and...
But one of the reasons was because people who reserved it didn't pick it up, so now they were going to buy 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So that was one of the main reasons.
You know, this frenzy over having to have the game system, either the PS4 or the Xbox, like the moment it comes out, is getting a little crazy.
Ridiculous.
You know, people don't know how to behave themselves and act civil. And you know what? It's a game console. It's not life or death,
No.
If we were in a war-torn country and you were starving for a week and they were handing out food, maybe I could see you fighting for it. But an Xbox or a PlayStation, come on, people. Let's get real.
And just wait another month or weeks.
Oh, without a doubt.
The price will go down, and
Second shipment.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and you'll be able to walk in any store and just buy it without without
No
incident. Why do I feel like I need to put my life on the line just to go out and get a toy, a game?
of course, this coming Friday is Black Friday.
You took the words right out of my mouth. And people that get in line on Black Friday and trample one another to get in the door, for products. It's consumerism at its worst.
Well, now Walmart, Toys R Us, all them
Are open Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It's open at 5 o'clock.
And they're doing Black Friday sale on Thanksgiving.
All right. And what I'll say about that, Walmart open on Thanksgiving, whatever stores are open on Thanksgiving, prove to them that they shouldn't be open and don't go. Don't support it. If you don't support it, you don't show up, right, they won't be open next year. But I guarantee you, people will be in the stores.
Yeah.
People will be spending money. If nobody shows up to the store on Thanksgiving Day, the store is going to lose money because they're going to have all that payroll, right? And then they will think twice about opening the following year.
Absolutely.
But all you fools that will run out and go and support the stores, right? You think about the people that have to have that job, that are being forced to work that day, mandated to work behind the register on Thanksgiving Day rather than be with their family, and you're really the person standing there making the purchase is the one that's forcing them to be there.
The last place I want to be the day after Thanksgiving is a store.
Right.
I can see people going in at like 8 in the morning or something like that. Not like late in the afternoon or something.
Well, maybe, come on. You know the holiday's coming, all right? Even a grocery store or what have you. Do your shopping today. Today's Monday. Do your shopping Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Give it a rest,
I totally agree.
Stay home, watch football.
I worked retail many years.
Yeah, it's just silly. And if we make a point to the retailers, we're not going to support you. We're not fans of you being open, so we're not going to come out and spend our money on that day. Then, but it's not going to happen. You're going to see, guaranteed. We'll watch the news Thursday night, and you're going to see lines out the door for these places.
Speaking of football, on Thanksgiving there will be a game at 12 o'clock on TBS, CNN at 4, I believe. CNN. Some channel at 4. And
there's going to be football all day.
Steelers, Ravens, 8 o'clock. I don't remember that channel. Right.
Well, you'll be able to find the football. If not, watch the 50 years of WWE.
There you go.
Well, go out and buy today, Tuesday.
Today's Monday.
Or watch it on Netflix.
Or watch it on Netflix, yeah.
Like I'm going to do.
Through the PlayStation 4 that you just trampled somebody to buy. But anyway, yeah, please don't go out on Thanksgiving Day and support these retailers.
Aren't you talking about wrestling?
Tom.
Oh, do we have another call?
Of Daniel Bryan. No.
No.
And words of Ric Flair. Woo!
Yeah. So where does that leave us for the next pay-per-view? What's coming up next?
Tables, ladders, chairs, and there's only one kind of match that's TLC. Yeah. One or two matches TLC, another one's tables, another one's a ladder, and one's a chairs match. And all the others are just whatever.
Well, do you think they're going to set up any rivalries tonight for that?
Possible. I mean, like we said before on the show, though, they're getting out of hand with these pay-per-views.
Yeah, there's too many of them, and they're too close together, and it seems just to be another day. You know, there's really no special feeling, you know, that really you need to see it.
They should go back to the original 4.
Yeah.
Well, they have about 14, you said?
Yes, there's 14 a year.
So get rid of Money in the Bank and put it with the Royal Rumble. That'll give it more excitement. Because you have the two.
Well, they used to have the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania.
Yeah, but that's one briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
Now they have 2. So you have 2 ladder matches plus the Royal Rumble. So you have 2 guaranteed championships and then a set-up match at WrestleMania.
Right.
So that'll probably give the Royal Rumble more viewers.
You would think.
You would think you probably will.
And speaking about too much programming, there's a cartoon coming out. Not only are they doing the Scooby-Doo cartoon, but they're doing a Rumble...
Slam City.
Slam City.
These new figures, they're like Rumblers, but they stretch. And there's a playset where when you buy it, you get a figure called the Finisher. Who is it?
Is that the one that R-Truth was playing with last night on the paper?
No, those were Power Slammers.
Oh, the Power
Which
Slammers?
were stupid because instead of you playing with them, they play by themselves.
Right, you
they
wind
play
them up
for
and
them. Yeah.
right, and they move each other around.
Yeah.
But the Rumblers cartoon is going
Slam
to
City.
Slam City. It's called. Pardon me. Slam City will premiere at the Royal Rumble. They're going to have a premiere of the cartoon itself. And the concept is, what if your favorite WWE superstars were not wrestlers and had jobs in everyday life in Slam City? I don't know. It should be fun.
Sounds
but,
interesting.
you know, it's more content. And more content means more advertisers paying to get on the show.
They're going to have the managers
more
in there,
advertisers
too?
paying to get on the show means our stock goes up again, fellas.
They're going to have the managers in there, too?
I don't know.
Because Heyman could be a walrus.
Cuckoo-ca-choo. He is the walrus.
Go to the aquarium.
Yeah, it's possible.
When do you think we'll see Paul Heyman again?
I'm not really sure.
The last time was it Hell in Cell or the Raw after Hell in Cell?
It was the Raw after.
Well, he's going to come back with Brock Lesnar. So
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah.
Who's he going to come back with now?
He's going to come back with Brock Lesnar.
He doesn't have his other Paul Heyman guys anymore.
Brock Lesnar, Royal Rumble winner.
You think so?
I'm saying he's at least in the Royal Rumble.
Bold prediction.
He's going to at least be in the Royal Rumble.
And he'll get slammed by Hulk Hogan? When are we going to see Hulk Hogan? He's due to come back.
Graveyard?
Are they going to wait that long
I
for
understand
WrestleMania?
Mickey James.
Yeah, Mickey James was in Stanford this week.
Yes.
Yes. And she was down at the training center, the Performance Center in Florida. And there's pictures online of Mickey James at the Performance Center in Florida. So more than likely we're going to see a return to Mickey James and WWE. I'm excited for that.
You think a totally different gimmick, or you think
no? I think she'll be
hardcore country.
I think they might tweak it a little bit, so it's not exactly the same
as
as
long as she wears them shorts, I don't care what they call.
I agree with you there.
Yes, thank you, sir. Anytime Mickey James turns around, it's good for me.
Except it's PG and they can't show that anymore.
So, I don't know. You think she'll have a title run?
Maybe she'll take it from AJ.
Well, at least we know she can wrestle. You know, she's one of the better performers as far as in-ring go.
And of course, over in TNA, you have AJ's counterpoint, Gail Kim.
Gail Kim, yeah.
Calling out all these other wrestlers now.
Yeah, Hollywood J's favorite, Gail Kim.
All these non-TNA superstars.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Or knockouts, whatever you want to call them.
I don't know. TNA's still a mess.
It just cracks me up how they copy one another.
Yeah, I don't get it. They should, be themselves. Make your own statement.
Mm.
They try so hard and they fail.
I said to you off air that being that the performance center for WWE is in Orlando,
yes,
they should do what they did with WCW and do an invasion.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Right, that'll be fun. Get the guys from the performance center and they hop on a tank and go over to TNA. That would be funny.
Well, you
might help their ratings.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Almost everything will help their ratings. You said Eva Marie is almost fired.
Yeah.
So maybe they can have her go over there, acting like she got fired.
It's a possibility. Well, she doesn't take the belt and throw it in the garbage pail like Medusa. That was fun. That's on the 50 years of WWE.
I can't wait to see that. I'm going to have to watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. I'll tell you what, the WWE recently has been putting out some very, very high-quality DVDs. They've been really entertaining, very informative, and the Attitude Era one was great. The NWO was great. The MSG one, was really great. It's just the history, and it's about time that Vince is tapping into the vast library of footage that he has, and leading up to hopefully the network at some point.
Yeah, I was going to ask if there was any update on that. I know everything's on YouTube.
Yeah, there's talk of not only is he going to have it up for WrestleMania, but if you subscribe to the channel, you'll get WrestleMania for free. Hopefully.
So in other words, the WWE channel is going to be a paid channel?
Yes. Yeah.
Wait, does Vince know the meaning of free?
It'll be free with your subscription. So
yeah,
you
but
get
does he know what the word means?
How much is it going to be a month?
$7.99 a month.
$7.99.
That's what the report goes.
Cheaper than Classics. Classics is $11.99.
But you're going to be locked into some sort of deal in order to get the WrestleMania for free. So it ought to be interesting. But that'll give us a lot more to talk about.
I'd get it. I'd get it just for WrestleMania.
Yeah, well, you figure WrestleMania roughly runs $100.
Yeah.
So even at $8 a month, that's your $100 right there for the year.
Yeah.
So you're getting a full year's worth of the
you
WWE
figure
channel
you're paying roughly $50 a month. Well, now that there's 2 a month basically.
Mm-hmm.
Each time $50 a pop.
Yeah. So maybe they'll run some of the the pay-per-views on the WWE network to entice subscribers to come in. Like the initial WrestleMania would entice you to. The only way to get WrestleMania is to get the WWE network. That would just automatically get them subscriptions.
That's TNA's downfall right now. Is basically they're giving away their pay-per-views.
Yeah, they can't even do that.
Yeah.
Tom, do you know, since there's the last one, Final Resolution, do you know if that's going to be free or pay-per-view?
I don't know.
My guess pay-per-view, because that's one of their big pay-per-views.
Yeah, TNA has a pay-per-view coming up in Poughkeepsie, New York, and Tommy Dreamer's involved with that, and all the fellas that he has in his promotion, House of Hardcore. And it's a cross-promotion between TNA and Tommy Dreamer, and hopefully maybe some of the Tommy Dreamer guys can elevate the TNA product.
I guarantee you they won't give that one away.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I guarantee you not many people will watch it, unfortunately. But maybe, the Tommy Dreamer name will bring
yeah, I would watch it, just to see Dreamer.
But who knows? TNA, be fun to have them back in Connecticut. Wallingford right here, right? They did it, last year? The year before. TNA was at the
Oakdale.
The Oakdale, whatever it's called today. It's always
Toyota. I'd still call it the Oakdale.
It's Oakdale.
always be Oakdale to me.
Yep. But yeah, it's WWE back in Hartford, the Civic Center, even though it's called the XL Center.
Yeah.
The day after Christmas, they're doing a house show over there.
I believe it was 27th.
27th, excuse me, 2 days after Christmas, my mistake.
No, they're doing the garden the day after.
Oh, Madison Square
Some point
Garden.
after Christmas.
The day after Christmas, right.
A point after Christmas. Go with that.
So, plenty of opportunity to see WWE and the WWE superstars in Connecticut.
Yep. Are you guys attending SmackDown, or?
I'm in negotiations right now for the executive suite, and hopefully the gentleman at Mohegan Sun Arena will get back to me and give me some good news.
Only if you put a lecture.
I do have some word from our editing staff.
Yeah.
Our issues hopefully are resolved now, so I should be able to get all our footage put on DVDs, which will be able to air here on NHTV.
Yes. Yes, our crack staff is, we've had some technical difficulty, shall we say, but our crack staff is always working diligently, and we're getting there. We're getting the bugs worked out. We want these guys.
Thanks to Alex here at NHTV. I bought my camera down here earlier and my laptop.
Yep.
And he adjusted the settings, so now everything should work and should be able to be aired on NHTV.
Yes, and that is a professional quality digital camera.
No cell phone footage.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's our show. That's what we do. Other people, if you want to...
That's what we do!
That's what we do! Other people, if
That
you want
is
to
best
show
for business.
this shaky cell phone footage with people screaming in the background, you're welcome to it. And if that's what you like to watch, that's your prerogative.
Yeah, I mean, you know, certain people that videotape with their phone and then they have to be yelling in the background while you're trying to watch the clips.
Right, right. We have professionally shot HD digital video.
Yep.
Love it. Love it. That's why we have WWF legend
Mario Mancini.
That's why we are
the award-winning Squared Circle.
There we are. You didn't say it. It should have been in triple.
I have better things to do than that.
So what kind of assignment is Hollywood on tonight?
Hollywood J is on a secret mission.
So he's playing detective now?
He's investigating the aces and eights.
Yeah, he's investigating the aces and eights. No, I mean, he's diligent at work trying to get us some guests for upcoming shows. And it's a busy season for him. You know, his office phone is ringing off the hook. And he's always in negotiations. But hopefully, he'll be back next week for our wonderful extravaganza. I expect to see like a giant cake.
That says
like
my name
presents
on it.
all over the place. You know, I'm not asking for much. Right?
Huh?
Remember, your birthday comes up in March, so
Yes.
you know, you treat me well, I'll remember that. If I get nothing, you get nothing.
That's why I have mom.
So, what else has happened in the world of wrestling, guys?
Ring of Honor, New York, December 14th.
December
That's
14th, Ring of
independent
Honor is in
wrestling.
New York.
That's different.
And of course, we mentioned PWA. That's the next one for us.
Yep.
NEFW.
Of course, I'll be there. You'll be there.
Yeah.
NEFW is coming up.
They're the
December
same
7th
night.
as well.
Yeah,
That's correct, right. I'd love to say I'd be there, but PWA, this guy right here. Gotta go support
absolutely.
him.
Gotta go cheer on Jacob here.
Wrestle Jam the other day.
Wrestle Jam happened in East Haven in front of 40 some odd people.
40, 45, 50.
A sellout crowd for that room.
Woo!
Unfortunately, we couldn't attend. And
I
Hollywood
saw
J,
some of the pictures, and I still don't know how they managed to fit that ring in there.
yeah, Hollywood J wasn't able to make it either. But we wish them all the luck in the world. They didn't invite us. But that's okay.
Hopefully, you know, the next one he'll have it in this local area again. I know last May, I believe, He did it at the Boys and Girls Club around the corner from my house.
In Wallingford?
Yeah.
I thought wasn't he in Meriden?
He did 2 last year.
Okay.
The
I remember
one
he did one in Meriden.
The one he did in May, unfortunately, I couldn't go because I had my good friend Luann, her daughter Renee, got married that day.
Oh, God bless her.
So I couldn't go to Wrestle Jam, but I know Jay did attend because he told me he actually parked in my parking lot.
Oh, wow.
And walked over.
That close to your house.
Yeah, so I was hoping, you know, hopefully again get it that close.
Yeah.
Probably never happen again, right?
Oh.
Once in a lifetime opportunity.
Oh,
Except
for the
for
promoters
Robert's
of
John
Wrestle.
Cena match.
I'm sorry. For the promoters of Wrestle Jam, we'd love to have you on the show. We'd love to promote your product, and we'd love for you to have it in a larger venue so that more people can have the opportunity to go.
I was in negotiations with Michael Banks. I did try to get him to come on the show to promote it, but he said, unfortunately, he works nights now.
Yeah.
So.
Our good friend Joseph Von Schmidt and Quinn Johnson recently were in Lancaster for Lancaster Championship Wrestling, where Joseph Von Schmidt was victorious once again against the Patriots.
Was that the one that was online?
Yes.
I saw part of that online.
Joseph Von Schmidt was victorious over the Patriot, and the featured guest was Bret the Hitman Hart. And Joseph Von Schmidt had actually done a tour not too long ago with Bret the Hitman Hart, and our good friend Quinn Johnson got to meet him and said he was a wonderful fella, and it was a great show. If you can look it up online, Lancaster Championship Wrestling, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. If you do a search for Joseph Von Schmidt, you'll see highlights of his match there.
How old is Bret now?
56.
There you go. Yeah, you just looked that up the other day, right? 56.
I noticed when I saw him the other day, I can't believe how gray he got now.
Yeah, you know, I really think the stroke took a lot out of him. I really do. I mean, and it's been a while since he's recovered from it, but he hasn't been the same ever since. And you know, I'm just happy that he's cognizant, you know, and it didn't cause him any serious brain malfunction. But gotta love Bret the Hitman Hart. Best there was.
You finish?
Go ahead. I thought you would finish.
Best there was, best there is, best there ever will be.
Right. Right. And you think we'll ever see a reunion of Bret the Hitman Hart with Jim the Anvil?
Doubt it.
No. you get a glimpse of him once in a while on Total Divas.
Yeah.
Jim Neidhart.
He'll be on the Super Ticket.
And yes, he's going to be on the Super Ticket at the New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame, which will feature the first inductee,
Mario Mancini.
Mario Mancini, as you saw him say earlier in the show. And that's going to be in Warwick, Rhode Island in June of 2014. And we will definitely have Mr. Mario Mancini on, and we will definitely have him on with some Jersey Mikes, Mr. Mancini.
Yes, don't forget that Jersey Mike.
Don't forget the Jersey Mikes. I did stop in on Sunday to our good friend Mark over at Jersey Mikes.
You didn't get him any that day either. It's a nice chat.
Mario wasn't there. Mario, come on down.
You could have sent him.
I'll meet you over at Jersey Mikes. We'll throw down. All right, we'll move the tables out. We'll have a little match right there, and whoever wins gets free Jersey Mikes. So the challenge is set. Me, you, Mario. I put my contender up against you.
Who said I agreed to this?
Huh?
Usually you like Jersey Mike's. Smack.
Well, I'm not going to fight Mario Mancini. I'm going to let you fight Mario Mancini.
Why can't you fight him? Why can't you fight him?
Oh, I think he would kick my ass.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the point.
I still want to see Jacob take on Kid Scrawny.
Oh, yeah. Kid Scrawny. There it is.
I already defeated him. I don't even need a match. I already did.
So, in all seriousness, we joked around a lot, but in all seriousness, December 4th, Talking with Tom, come on down to the studio, right? Do they have to make donations here? Toys for Tots.
Yes. We'll be accepting toys during the show, or if anyone would like to make donations prior to the show, they can give NHTV a phone call at 203-234-0025.
The number you see on the screen.
And drop off toys during regular business hours.
And last year, I remember last year I delivered the toys to the Marines myself down at Nathan Hale, Fort Nathan Hale. And I'll tell you what, my car was overloaded. The trunk, the back seat, the front seat, everything. I'm lucky I was by myself because there wasn't room to put anybody else in there. And we really appreciate everyone's generous donations. The economy the way it is today, don't forget those unfortunate, less fortunate than us.
This is my 12th annual.
12th annual, Mr. Tom Dacey. We really appreciate it. And of course, I made a generous donation last year. I'll make a generous donation again this year for the Toys for Tots. And get out there and do it.
And we will have a birthday in the house that night too.
And who would
on our Toys for Tots.
Who would that be?
That is Luann's birthday that night. Old Reliable.
Old Reliable.
Who will be Santa's helper that evening.
Oh, Santa's little helper.
Yep.
We know Santa's little helper, right?
From The Simpsons.
Oh, you're slow tonight.
I got that.
Yeah. December 4th, talking with Tom. Get your hiney down here. An unwrapped Toys for Tots. And if you can't get here, the Marines are set up in various locations, and you can drop them off. I believe Toys R Us is also participating.
Yes.
So get down there. We'd appreciate it if you brought it down here. Come on the air. You can say your spiel.
Big Lots is
I do have an events page on Facebook.
Yes.
It is on Facebook, and it looks like I may have a few big names coming down that night.
Oh, can you like tease any of them?
Me.
One is the morning man on WDRC, Mike Stevens.
Yeah, very good.
And another good friend of mine is a maybe. I'm hoping he might show up because he's promoting it for me right now on WJMJ, and that's Jerry Christopher.
Yes, Jerry Christopher. I'm a huge fan of Jerry Christopher for a long time.
I actually met Jerry, believe it or not. I've known Jerry since 1978.
Yeah, wow.
When he was at KC 101, and I was actually the poster child for the United Cerebral Palsy Telethon that year.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I met Jerry, and then I got to meet quite a few other people in the business through Jerry.
Yep.
That's why I have a lot of connections in the broadcast field.
And there you are. Well, we've got about a minute left, and we want to wrap it up. Don't forget Toys for Tots. In all seriousness, get out there, do whatever you can. Have a safe Thanksgiving, Hanukkah. Don't be crazy on the roads. Don't go out to the stores on Thanksgiving Day, and don't go down the aisle with a gun, I guess.
Support indie wrestling.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, happy Hanukkah. The Thunderous one, Tom Dacey, PWA 2020 champion, Tough 8 champion, Jacob Zimmerman, and I'm John Zimmerman as always. Have a wonderful holiday. Thank you for watching.